This is the Drew Experience, the show that is 80% combat sports and 20% everything else. The show is brought to you by a few things. KRT, Karate Tips and Tricks, the largest online growing dojo where senseis Wesley Jensen and Darren Stringer bring together the minds of all martial arts during the times of the pandemic in order to raise the bar of martial arts. Being a pro, two other sponsors, which I'll get to. The first one, Kyokushin Shuffle Podcast, where Sensei Patrick Pinto tries to unite everyone in Kyokushin regardless of organization and raise the bar as Sosai Masoyama wanted to do. And don't forget to subscribe to his ebook, Forever the Student, picking the greatest minds of Kyokushin, kickboxing, any other striking martial art or martial art in general to see how martial artists succeed at their crafts. And finally, being a pro fighter is not easy, or becoming one is not easy. And finding a good manager can be very hard. Luckily, Moments Management is one agency I would always recommend to up-and-coming fighters. Moments Management, where Nima Safapour and his team, who have worked with clients such as Gegard Mousasi, Alexander Gustafsson, Pani Kianzad, Costello Van Stennis, to name a few more, will go out of their way to make sure you understand pro fighting, understand the window you have, and how to invest and save your money during your pro fighting career to leave rich afterwards. Moments Management, where quality and care come first. So tonight I'm joined by a special guest. Man, this is going to be a 20% everything else episode, and I do not care what people say. If you like humor, martial arts, and a variety in general, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, The Drew Experience, where I like to have a variety of guests on. But tonight's guest is special because he has a successful podcast himself called Ali on the Street. He's an Iranian. He's fully Iranian. I'm half Iranian. We're going to have a great conversation. Welcome, Ali Reza. What's up, buddy?
Oh, thanks, Drew. Thanks for having me, buddy.
My God, I couldn't stop laughing.
You couldn't stop laughing. Hey, that made me feel good. I don't know about you, but I felt good. I like making people laugh. You have a nice laugh. Anybody ever tell you that?
I'm always told I kind of sound.
Has a man ever told you that? Has a grown heterosexual man ever told you have a nice laugh?
No, they said I have a bit of a funny laugh.
Hear more of your laugh? No, it's great. It's great. I love it. Thank you.
No problem, man.
Come to the clubs. Come to the clubs.
I should. I definitely have some stand-up comedian stories if I went into comedy, just like some of the shit I do or have done or seen. I think we all have. Everybody has stories, but man,
fight people, fight fans, fighters. They're a great crowd. They're a great crowd. I've never had a bad experience with them. Great crowd.
What? The best is like when you tell people you do fighting, whether it's amateur or pro, they come up to you and they talk to you like you're like on the spectrum or you have like CTE, like they talk to you by enunciating the words. So you are a fighter? Do you do karate? Did you watch the Karate Kid? Bro, me, I watched UFC. I saw Conor McGregor. Is that what you want to be? You want to be Conor McGregor? It's like, can you just ask me a normal question like, why do you do this? What got you into it? And what makes you like competing? It's like, because if you ask me those stupid questions, I'm going to give you stupid answers.
Where are you going? Where do you meet these people?
Bro, the world is full of very unique individuals. I'm at a loss for words because sometimes, sometimes I'm on Clubhouse. It's this new social media app, and like you get in these rooms, and there's some people that are like, it's like they just like, woof.
What is that? You got it. Remember before we started recording, I told you I'm like 84 years old. What is Clubhouse?
So Clubhouse. I can't keep up either. Like, dude, like TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. I just found out about this Chinese app. Which one is this? Is this Bangladeshi? What are we doing now?
It's basically, did you ever watch Mad TV?
Yeah, of course.
Remember Stewart? Look what I can do. And he starts like doing like a dance like that. That's what people do on fucking TikTok.
He invented it?
He didn't invent it, but like, I don't know, like people, and I watch these girls or models or like whoever do their stupid dances on TikTok. I think of Stuart Larkin from Mad TV, like doing his look what I can do for attention. It's like that's all that goes off in my head. And then shout out to Sammy, Sammy, I love you. Like Sammy, I love everything you do. Sam, yeah, he's awesome. But here's Sam. So Sammy told me, he's like, have you thought of getting TikTok? And I'm like, Sammy, I'm not throwing you under the bus here. I respect everything you do. He's like, you get TikTok. He's like, you should really do it. He's like, it could help you with like interviews and snap bits. I'm like, Sammy, if
Yeah,
I go on TikTok, I see the shit on there that like the things that like the garbage I see on there, and makes me
too
want to
bad.
stay away from it. And then Sammy's like, yeah, you have a good point. And I could hear him saying in like his British accent, he's like, you have a very good point. He's like, but he's like, give it a try one day. And I'm like, yes, Sammy. Sammy, I will. So Sammy,
That
I'll give it a shot one day.
that accent is good for negotiations. That's how they invaded all those countries. They all they had was like 3-4 boats. They got off the boat. They said, "Oh, we'll beat you a bit," and then that's it. They took over the country. Next thing you know, they're stealing your oil. That's how they got you. That's how
That's
he's
how they
gonna
got
get you.
Iran. That's how they got Iran.
He's gonna use you. He's gonna use the accent on you. And next thing you on TikTok, so you're not too far away. You're like a week away with his accent, his charm. You're a week away from dancing like that.
Dude, Sammy, man, he's got charm. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, he doesn't want to. He won't acknowledge it. But Sammy knows how to negotiate. And fellow Iranian, so got to give a shout out. And I love what you said. He'll just steal the oil. Yeah, that's how you think. How do you think they got Iran? They went there. They said, "We'll give you
Why
some."
am I here? How am I here? They stole my.
What's your story,
Taking
man?
my shit. They're taking.
What?
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
What's
kidding.
your? Yeah, I know.
Cool.
But like for Iranian, you look white. You don't look like I look white too. And people ask me, "How are you Iranian?" My dad was Iranian.
I hear time. I got I don't know what's the explanation. Well, my grandma's from the north, and that's pretty bordered with Russia. I mean, you cross the Caspian Sea, you could cross it with a boat, with a little canoe for you Canadians out there, and it's Russia right there. And I'm assuming there was some war. Something happened. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to do the DNA test. I don't want to do no ancestry.com. I don't trust people. I'm not sending my DNA in. I'm not sending it in. It's just not happening. The thing is, I don't want to like, I'm not going to single anybody out, but like, I don't want to get something I don't like, If it comes back, you're like 8% this, and I had a beef with a kid that was from that country in like the 3rd grade. That's how sensitive I am. You know what I mean? Like, even if I'll remember it in the 3rd grade. Yeah, that Lithuanian dude I had a beef with. And if I come back 8% Lithuanian, I'm going to be angry. You know what I mean? Just because of that one kid in the 3rd grade, Lithuania. I love Lithuania. They got great basketball players, but that one kid, like, I don't want to come back, get the 8%. And next thing you know, I got a beef with the whole country.
I know how you feel. It's the same way for me. Like at one point, like I love those people. Like it's like, especially like some of those like people we see on Instagram. I'm a quarter this flag, this emoji flag, that emoji flag. It's like, bro, how much test did you take on Ancestry? Like, just stick with 2 flags, okay? Our attention span doesn't have time to guess what this flag is. Is that what you're trying to do? Is this what you are trying to do? You want to confuse me? Do you want to confuse us? Just say what you are in 2 flags. You want to know what I am? My mother's Canadian. She's of Russian descent. My father was born in Iran, okay? He's got a bit of Armenian, okay? That's how much that's what it is. Yeah, it's
there you go. When did he come over? When did he get on the boat?
So my dad was born in Tehran of 1955, 2 years after the coup where Mossadegh was overthrown for the Shah. So my dad was born in 1955, and he came to Canada in 1965 because his family were Shah loyalists at the time. But they kind of saw into the future. And they saw what was going on, like with the gap between like the countryside and the city, especially during the White Revolution. So that's what happened. That was the first thing. But what happened was half of our family went to California. So they were thinking, California. And then my family, by the stroke of last minute, Quebec. And they've been in Quebec since 1965.
How do you feel about that? Where would you rather be right now?
Well, I hate California because of how they're handling the pandemic. I don't want to become political on that because that's not this kind of podcast. And but between the really cold weather with -40 and when you're dropping a million F-bombs getting into your car versus getting some fresh Mexican food that's like where Tijuana's on the border with La Jolla, and La Jolla is like La Jolla, San Diego is like the Montreal of the USA. I think I'm gonna choose La Jolla.
La Jolla is nice. I've actually been there. You know, I lived in California. I lived in Canada. I got to tell you, if you're trying to escape that cold weather, there's warm spots in Canada. It's not going to be California warm, but the west coast of Canada is nice. It's not as bad as that. I mean, the east it's too much. It's too fucking much. Every fucking day it's snowing. Every day. It's enough. It's enough.
Can't some
Shoveling all
days.
day. Like what? I didn't even need to go to the gym. Just shoveling snow all day.
It's the best
All
exercise. The
day.
gyms are closed. The gyms are closed. Just shovel and snow. Go.
Which I don't understand. We need the gyms open. I saw a guy at the bank at like on a Wednesday morning. The guy, I'm not even kidding you. I wish I was joking. He must have been like 400 pounds. He's wearing this shirt. He's wearing the sweater that said nothing but gains here. And I'm like, I believe you. I believe you. And what made it worse, and again, I'm not shitting you. The guy had chocolate stains on his face. 11 a.m. on a Wednesday. We got to get people back to work.
You
They
really
open
do.
up the gym. We got to do something. Like we can't. I'm telling you, if we were fighting right now, we would be speaking German right now. We would. Like this. I'm just saying. Like this. It's not working. It's not working. Whatever we're doing, it's not working.
While we're closed here, Russia's fully reopened. They've got dojos open.
Yeah,
They
but
got the gyms open, and
that's
you could.
different. That's different.
Russian is just listen. Listen.
They're hard people.
They
They're
are
hard
not.
people.
They are
They don't
hard
fuck
white
around.
people. They are hard.
They do not fuck around. I there was a guy. It was a friend of a friend. He said this. I'm not gonna drop the word because we don't want to get canceled. But he's like, Russians are the N word of the white race. No, they're very hard people. They interviewed this one guy. You know the ones that go on top of buildings without any rope or anything?
Oh, I'm so
And
scared
they
of those
walk
guys. Those
through?
parkour guys make me sweat when I watch them. I'm just like, this isn't
Unbelievable.
it's
They're
anxiety
brave.
1000.
They're brave. They interview him like, why would you do this? He's like, well, sometimes you have to do crazy shit for fun. That was it. Straight face, and then he got right back on the building. Right then and there. Those are different people. They're
Same with
hard.
same with the mafia too. Like the Russian mafia is like one mafia like you don't fuck with. Like
You
for
don't want to
example,
fuck with them.
I'm not trying to say look, the Italian mob is dangerous too, but you could but like
They're
the
not.
thing
They're not. They're not.
yeah. Okay, anyway.
They're not.
Yeah. So the Italian mob, you could go to Italian bars or restaurants that are owned by the mob and you won't even know it. Because like they keep that friendly. But Russians, it's like they make it known. It's like this is a front. You don't come here. You're not welcome here unless you speak Russian or you're bringing like a duffel bag full of like our laundered money. Because I remember like when I was in Israel. So I went to Israel 4 times. Okay, so there's one time the south of Israel. So the south of Israel has a lot of Russians, and they go there because they want to get to the hot weather. You go to the city, this one guy, don't go there. It's like 5 places. Like I can't go anywhere. I want to eat. Yeah, but it's all owned by the Russian mob. I'm like, can I go? Like, can I just get something to eat? No. Like, they don't welcome foreigners.
No.
Like I just hear that. I just hear "niet" in my head. It's like "niet."
No, that mob is. Listen, the Italian mob. It's over. It's done. It's done. They went from fucking Michael Corleone to Mike the Situation. It's not happening anymore. What have you ever? They got Michael Francesi. You ever heard of that mob guy?
Yeah, I have his book. I have his book.
He's been going around writing books. He's got a podcast. For 20 years, this guy's been going around ratting on everybody. Sammy the Bull Gravano, the most famous rat ever. He's got a podcast.
I wouldn't
Can
say
you
Michael's.
imagine a Russian rat having a podcast?
I wouldn't say Michael's a rat, but like I know Sammy's an informant in a sense.
He's got a podcast.
Yeah,
dropping the dime on everybody. I don't know what. That's the definition. You ever seen a Russian mobster with a podcast?
No.
Can't have that, guy. It's not happening. They're politicians. They're different people. You can't compare them.
The Russian mobster, like the FBI said it best. He's like the Italian mob. It's like the Russian mob. These guys are like lawyers in Russia, economists, like nuclear scientists.
Politicians.
This is how fucked up Russia is. Okay, as a country. By the way, I do want to go there because I want to visit it because I love Russian history and I like Russian hockey players. Anyways, so and anyway, so I want to go to. So anyways, my dad was going to Russia. My late father, back in 2011 went to Russia for business, and they still ask you at the embassy, "Are you a nuclear physicist?" And my dad's like, "The Cold War ended in 1991. What's going on here?"
They don't mess around. They don't mess around. That's why he's got full control. You got to respect it. Like, do I want to live there? No, but you got to respect it. He's got full control. Every once in a while, one of his opponents dies eating a sandwich. Mysteriously eats a sandwich, and the doctor that did the test on him, he dies eating another sandwich. Every other day, they're dying. It's always a sandwich. I don't stop eating sandwiches. You've seen it happen. Every guy that's opponent of Putin, he keeps dying of sandwiches. Maybe stop eating sandwiches.
You know what's amazing about Putin? Like, and he knows how to mess with other world leaders. So Angela Merkel, Chancellor of Germany. So apparently Angela Merkel is scared of dogs. This is how much of a boss Putin is. He brings his big lab to go and just like scare her and like just to like intimidate her like when they meet. Like, how boss is that? Like, he's playing chess. Everyone else is playing checkers.
Hell yeah. You see how jacked he is?
That's
Does
a
he
real
do
leader.
martial arts?
Yeah, he's an eighth dan in judo and Kyokushin karate.
He does Kyokushin too?
Yeah.
That's fucking badass. That's what you need that's who I'm voting for. I need the world leader to be, secure in himself. Not this bitch ass shit sending drone strikes. I need the guy to actually be able to fight his own battles. You know what I mean? Drone strike, pressing a button. Anybody could press a button.
I could press a button.
I'll press button right now. They tell me, all right, this will send it to whatever. I don't know. Name a country you don't like. We'll send it.
You know what? Let's send it to Iran just to get rid of the Ayatollahs. Let's do that. But yeah, no, like people think you hate Iran. I love Iran. I hate the government that's in Iran because for those who want to know, I mean, let's be honest, Ali. How dangerous are the Ayatollahs? Let's give it in layman's terms for why people should understand why these guys are fucking dangerous.
Well, the thing is, they're dangerous to a level that they don't understand. And the mainstream news watcher thinks, "Oh my God, they're gonna blow this thing up." That's not what they're gonna do. They're more covert than that. They're basically doing what the CIA. What is it? What's the British one? I don't read.
MI6.
MI6. Sad. It's like all three of those. They're doing what those guys do. They're doing what they're doing in Syria right now is basically what America was doing in Iraq. What Halliburton was doing in Iraq. They're going in saying, "All right, we'll fix a couple of bridges," but now they got influence. They take a cut of this. They take a cut of that. They're like the cartel, the mob, CIA, all rolled into one. The danger they're not going to blow shit up anymore. That's some legacy terrorism. They're doing some next level shit right now. They're here. Don't think they're not here. They send their kids out here to go to school. Didn't you hear about that guy in Toronto? He was funneling money. He had a foreign exchange place. I've been saying this for fucking years. Everyone thought I was a crazy person. They're like, "Oh, you're like 2 steps away from being QAnon." Every foreign exchange business in Toronto is money laundering. That's all they do. They're funneling money in, and that's it. And they get to politicians even here as well. But that's getting a little too crazy.
Yeah, we don't want people to be like, "Oh, this QAnon, what the?" Because everyone gets triggered. Everyone gets pissed at everything now. Like, yeah,
That's
like
the thing. They ruin conspiracy theories, right? There are actual conspiracies out there. But then there's like 4 or 5 crazy people that, flat earthers, things like that. And it completely discredits the real conspiracies of these governments.
Do you remember the flat earther that wanted to make a rocket ship? And he's like, "I'm going to make my own rocket ship and prove." It was in California. And he said, "I'm going to make my own rocket ship to prove the earth is flat." And
Did he die?
I don't know, but It's like that's just the thing, you know. Like those are the people that like are ruining it for everybody. Because then there's the actual shit that's going on, and you're like, why'd you have to ruin it for? It's.
At least he was did he actually make his own rocket ship?
I have no
How
idea.
does that work?
I,
Like he
I
was that dumb, but he was also that smart to make his own rocket ship.
I don't know. Maybe he put together. Maybe he got some wood, some nails, made an imaginary rock, made like a square, and then put like he's stupid. I mean, I don't know. Like flat Earth, I guarantee you, flat Earthers are gonna see this video, and you know what? Publicity's good, man. You got to get that publicity.
They're gonna send the letters. We're gonna get letters from the flat earthers.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. So you came to Canada at 8 years old.
I was
And
8 years old, got on the boat, came over. You know, I actually had this girl going once. I don't know where I was. I was at some party, and she actually thought I came on a boat. Dumb woman.
the best is when you talk to
It was
Amer.
a plane. It was a plane. I got on a plane. We had papers. We went to an airport. We took a cab to the airport. You know, because we're classy people. We didn't have Uber back then. I think it was a Lufthansa flight. I threw up on the plane. I don't know what was going on. I'm like 8 years old. I have no idea what's going on.
And
Come over.
the last thing I remember in 8 and 9 years old, I was watching anime when it was cool as a kid, like Pokemon. I mean,
Oh, okay.
let's be honest. Like our childhood, I love when like people today say, "Bro, we had the best cartoons." Gen Z, shut the fuck up. You don't know what us millennials had. We were the guinea pigs. Okay, we had the first Game Boy. We had Super Nintendo. We had Nintendo 64. How excited were you when you could rent GoldenEye for N64 when it wasn't sold out at Blockbuster?
Yeah. I remember I would rent Madden. That was big. It's like, and the graphics got improved. Like from the 2001, like what you imagine an old video game looks like. And then suddenly, I don't know what happened in 2002. Maybe they got some Asians in there. And the graphics really improved. It looked real. That was exciting. Just tackling people.
Dude,
It was fun.
do you remember when PlayStation 2 came out and it was like the biggest deal ever since sliced bread? Like every single person wanted a PS2. Then Xbox came and then GameCube came. Like 2001, 2002 was like the year, then the second gen of consoles was like you wanted it.
Yeah. Something about, like right after 9/11, all the games improved. I don't know if it was any correlation, but the games did improve after 9/11. I don't know. Maybe there's a conspiracy right there.
Why did the
Maybe one
games
of
get
these flat
so good?
earthers after that, you know?
Why don't we just start our own conspiracy theory? Like, why did video games get so good after 9/11?
That's a yeah, that's a write that in the what is the Parlor?
Yeah,
Parlor app?
yeah.
Right into there. Ask those Parlor people. Isn't it there's some smart people on there. Maybe they have some answers. I got questions and I need some answers. Why these video games get so good after 9/11?
Oh my god, it's just crazy what's going on. Like this world is just I feel since like 20, like I was talking with one of my friends, okay? So like her and like it's like a friend I reconnected with. So it's we reconnected and like this year, and I said, "You know, I saw you back in 2015, like we were at a club and like I was like you kind of like gave me the cold shoulder and I was like, "Hey," and I didn't expect that from you. And I was like, "What's going on?" And she was like, "Well, she's like, you know, was in my party phase, you know, for lack of a better term. You know what? She was a bit
Coked out?
no, just wasted, just like wasted.
Oh,
Like
okay. All right.
she's a good woman. She's a good woman. So she was like party version of me and not no sober version and drunk version are very different. And I was like, you know what? I said, I just think the world was at a crazy point at that time in 2016. Donald Trump was about to become president. Obama was leaving and shit was just getting wild all around.
That that sorry, that makes no sense to me. What does that have to do with the it's like that remember you know that video, that famous footage of that woman getting to her knees in front of the White House, or I don't know where it was, maybe even in front of the Washington Monument, and she's like screaming in the air, crying, like they just took her baby. I was like,
Heard
what are you
something about it.
freaking out about? You still live in the suburbs. Not much is gonna change for you.
You live in America, the greatest country
You're
on
gonna be
earth.
okay. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it might get a little rough. He might call you, he might call you some names on Twitter. Maybe he might call you ugly. Maybe that's the worst thing that could happen to you. They're freaking out. I don't know. That I just feel like that's no excuse.
I
Oh,
mean,
this guy I didn't want to won. That's why I was being rude to you at the club.
no, we were just joking though. But she was like, it was like that's the thing with me. Like my humor is like sometimes I don't even make sense. But like she was like, look, she's like, I hope you didn't take it personal. She's like, look, just drunk me and drunk me and sober me were two
Yeah,
different people. And she's like, look,
that's
I
all
said,
right.
listen, I said our 20s are for fucking up. I mean, I can't tell you how much I've fucked up so
That's
much
all
in
it
my
is.
20s. You got to fuck up in your 20s. I think the fuck up period in your 20s is from 20 to 26 or 27 for some. For me, it's 28.
I'm still fucking up every day.
It's
Every day
okay.
I'm fucking up.
We're all gonna fuck up. I don't. That's my wisdom of the day. We're all gonna keep fucking up until we die somehow. We're gonna make
You got to
mistakes.
give people passes. The guy's got a podcast. Sammy the Bull's got a podcast. You can't forgive me for calling you a bitch in 1998. Like, let's get real.
Sammy
It's
the
over.
Bull
Like, you gotta
killed
give.
a family. Okay.
He killed at least 25 people, and he has a very successful podcast. I
Yeah,
think Manscaped is a sponsor.
they
If
are.
Manscaped he fucking manscaped the people's necks, and they forgave him. You can't forgive me and Drew for fucking around in Montreal. Oh,
Fucking.
it's getting out of hand.
It,
You gotta give people a pass.
I really think we just got to get people back to work and off Twitter. Like, I mean, I think there needs to be like a litmus test or whatever the test is, like to see like,
Yeah,
are you like capable enough of being on social media?
I got off like years ago off the Twitter. I could like it was enough. It was enough. As much as I make fun of TikTok, and it's fun to make fun of TikTok. You make fun of TikTok. I make fun of TikTok. It is for the most part harmless. It's just kids dancing. They're not hurting nobody. I mean, Kevin Bacon was dancing. He didn't hurt nobody. It's just kids dancing. They're not on there trying to dance and cancel someone, take their job, get them fired. They're just dancing.
Let them
It's
be.
disturbing. It's offbeat. They can't dance. They got to put some clothes on because I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, why did Epstein even have a fucking island? He should have just had a TikTok account. What the hell? What does he wait? He wasted all that fucking money on jet fuel and shit.
That
Had to
killed
pay
the
all these people.
environment.
I have to pay to fucking mow his lawn and shit. Landscaping's expensive. He could have just had a TikTok account.
And put all that money into landscaping that house. But
He could have bought Bitcoin or something. Well, you wasted a lot of money on landscaping.
oh my god, speaking of like Bitcoin and at Forex, what drives me crazy? If you have a public Instagram, you get these ads from these Forex traders. Forex, quit your 9 to 5. I'm going to teach you how to trade, quit your, become an entrepreneur. And it's like they have like 10,000 followers and it's like they follow like 20 people. Like they follow you for a day and then they like unfollow you. And then it's like, you have to like, I just block them now. Like, it's like, I'm just blocking those
Like they're
fools.
asking you to invest
Yeah.
into Bitcoin.
Like Bitcoin, become a Forex trader, quit your 9 to 5 to become a
Uh,
trader. Or like
yeah.
that crowd.
I mean, yeah, the 9 to 5 grind is that rough that I could see falling for that. There's days I'm at work and it's like 4:30, and if someone comes and hits me up and says, "Hey, you want to invest in this?" I might do it. I might fall for it. It's just some days I just want. I can't behave the way I want to at work. Like you can't say what the fuck at work. You can't say that. You got to be like, "Oh, excuse me," or "Oh, sorry, ma'am." I'm
Yeah.
working. I could see myself falling for that on some days. It's a rough grind.
Sometimes I look
Working.
at like Gary V's page, like Gary Vaynerchuk too much, or like, those Instagram like entrepreneur pages. And
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, I fall for it. It's like,
it's
yeah, it's
very
like cool.
popular.
It's very popular. It gives you that like spark, that
Like
false spark.
I know who he is, but I also don't. What exactly does he do? Like I've seen him on social media. I've seen memes. I've seen people do an impression of him. There's a great comedian that does an impression of him, but I still don't know what he does.
He just talks about what it takes to be an entrepreneur and content creator, like of creating YouTube content, like for your podcast or your business, that kind of shit. Says like, look, if school wasn't for you, don't worry. I got D's and F's, and look at me now. I found my niche. It's all about finding your niche, and then going all in, that kind of stuff. Like it's cool, but like sometimes it comes off as a bit extreme, and I kind of got annoyed by it at first. But then like, as fucked up as it sounds, Ali, I started like when I started my podcast, especially now, like when I started getting like some big dogs now, when you get some big dogs, people start paying attention, so it's like I started thinking, I got to treat this like a bit of a business because because it's like you want to make sure you
Is
give
he
value.
is he like that? What is his name? Tim Robbins, the
In a
big
sense,
guy,
yeah.
the big guy that does motivational speeches.
Tony Robbins, yeah, he's kind of like
Yeah,
that.
is it like that? Okay, all right. I mean, he's not hurting anybody, right?
No,
Not hurting anybody. All right, whatever. I'll
he's not
say that.
hurting anybody. If look, my rules are if you're not hurting animals, children, scamming old people, or abusing women, and you pay your taxes, you're being a good person. I don't care what you do. I don't care what your orientation is. Just don't
All
just
right.
don't do that.
Well,
Just don't do
I
that.
got. I'm doing like three out of those five things. So I don't know. I don't know if we could be friends. Like I don't know what's up.
They're gonna be like, what kind of fucking person do you have on your and yeah, even to like some people.
Axis.
I'm like,
Yes.
it's the axis, man. You gotta have some villains. Sometimes you gotta have villains on. You need villains in life. Yeah, like sometimes you need villains.
It's tax season. They're gonna come after me now. They're gonna fucking listen to this podcast.
How bad is tax season gonna be because of the Serb man? Like,
We're here. We started out as one of the best countries in dealing with this shit, and now I think we're one of the worst. We're just throwing money at the problem. You know what I mean? It's like a rich guy and his, you know, disappointing wife. He's just throwing money at it. It's like, all right, let me buy this. Maybe she'll be happy. It's not working. I don't know. It's not working. At
I
least
don't.
not in my eyes. When I saw the guy at the bank and he had chocolate stains on his face at 11 a.m., that's when I knew this country was in trouble. This country is in trouble. I can't have that. He's wearing the sweat. Like, it's a long. It bothered me. It bothered me. I love this country. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, you got your flag. You're a patriotic Canadian.
I'm
I
a
get.
goddamn patriot. That's why I was offended. 11 a.m. at the CIBC.
I
Where
understand. The other thing too is now like it's like you have like we were talking before because you said you're 84, so like sometimes you have these people. So I was in like a chat. I was in like a group chat, a Clubhouse. So Clubhouse is like this app. It's not TikTok. It's kind of like where you have a picture and you talk, and you're in like, and you have to be invited. Okay, so it's like this app where you have to like you're in chat rooms with people, but you talk and like you just talk on your phone. You activate the microphone on your phone and like that's what it is. It's just having discussion. So we're having in a room and like one person was like talking about like how she like made like TikTok content and all that. And I'm just like, and she's telling me like how I should do my podcast. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. You might have got like 100,000 views from random people, but I mean, my niche, I'm succeeding at. So I think I kind of know what I'm doing. Like, do you know my niche? Do you understand combat sports? Do you understand mixed martial arts? No. So thank you for the suggestion, but it's like Randy Jackson. It's a no for me, dog.
if the roles were reversed there, and it was you giving her unsolicited advice, there'd be a fucking New York Times article about you. Talk about, oh, this guy's mansplaining to me. Doesn't know my. He's trying to give my business. You'd be a trending topic by the morning.
I know, and it's like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like this mansplaining. What the fuck is this mansplaining shit? Like that's why I got off Twitter. So there's this one journalist. It, this is the problem with sports now. Okay, it's becoming too politically correct. Everything. Thank God we have Dana White in the UFC, who's unfiltered. You don't have to like him. You know what? No one's perfect. Can't fucking teach people how to behave. They have to figure out. You learn by screwing up. Okay, that's how I learned. Okay.
Dude, you brought up something that I've been fucking ranting about mostly to my woman. Her fucking ears are a burden from this. So every fuck, you turn on the TV, you watch the football game when football season was on. You turn on the basketball game. That's all they're saying. Everything's political. Yesterday, I'm trying to get some basketball news, and this journalist that usually makes injury reports is talking about unpaid internships. I'm just here to see who's injured. He's talking about unpaid internships. And I was thinking, I was watching an old Super Bowl the other week. It was Super Bowl, I think 34. It was right after 9/11.
Yeah, Raiders
Right
and
after
the Raiders and
9/11.
Pats.
No, it was the Pats and the Rams.
That's it.
They're playing in 2001. It was John Madden, Pat Summerall commentating. The fucking game is 3 hours long. Not one mention on 9/11. They just let people enjoy their fucking Sunday. They've had enough. They've already seen it on the news. They know what's going on. They know a war is probably coming. They just let people enjoy their Sunday. Not one mention on 9/11 right after the game. And you remember how much that shit was on the news. It was everywhere. Two old white guys. You know how angry they were. You know they were like about to enlist. If their hair was a little less gray, they were about to enlist.
Oh
Not one
man,
mention. They just let people enjoy their Sunday.
good times. Like that's what I liked about like that's what I feel like the early 2000s. I feel like the 2000s was like a period of explosion. No pun intended.
There was a lot of explosions. It was a lot. It was a lot. Some of them were needed. A few of them were justified. A few of them I clapped. I won't tell you which ones. Couple of rockets went off. I was, just saying. I mean, they caught Saddam. I did a shot. I'm just saying. For me, good time. As an Iranian, we all did shots. 85 million people. I guarantee you, collectively did a shot when they hung that dude. It's a good time.
Do you remember? Okay, do you remember when Janet Jackson exposed her breast and like everyone made a big deal out of that? Like it was like that was the biggest thing of our time.
They made a big deal out of it, but can you imagine the deal they would have made now?
It would have been like Justin Timberlake.
They would have arrested him.
They would have said he raped her. Like it would have been Me Too.
It was a Me Too case. It was a Me Too case right there. They're trying to cancel him now.
Why?
They're trying to cancel him for some shit he was doing 20 years ago when he was dating Britney Spears. I don't know the details. I don't like to read. Apparently, he called her a bitch or something in like 1998. And they're trying to cancel him now. And the guy, I'm telling you, I don't like when they apologize. He comes out, he's like, oh, I'm very sorry. The guy was like 19 years old and had millions of dollars. If you gave me millions of dollars at 19, I would have killed at least 14 people. Do you understand what money is to a teenager?
Dude, you're telling me, man, at 19, you know,
19 and that famous, you got millions of dollars, and the worst thing he did was call this girl a bitch. He's a saint. He should be applauded.
You know what? At 19, you know what I did at 19? This is what I did at 19. Okay, so God rest my dad's soul, Tom. I love you. You know, I miss you to this day. And I love to tell the story because this is just goes to show how much of a chill Iranian dad. Because Iranian dads can go one of two ways. They can be really cool. They can be really extreme, or they could be that middle where it's like they have their days where they're good and they have their days where they're really like stay away. It's like just, you know. So one day on my 19th birthday, my dad was like, you know what, Andrew? You know, Drew, fuck it. You know, I go by Andrew, but like it's Andrew my name, but I just go by Drew because it has a nice ring to it. So anyway, she's like, you know what, Drew? It's your 19th birthday. I'm gonna give you $400 to go buy a Magnum with your boys. I don't care what you do. I don't care. I don't want to know what happened, but I just don't want to hear about you getting her pregnant, getting an STD, or ending up dead, probably. That's what he said to me.
How expensive was that condom? What kind of condom were you buying?
Oh, a Magnum was like a drink, man. It's like a Grey Goose, like an alcohol bottle.
I mean, $400, and you said Magnum. What am I supposed to think? I thought he's sent you to go get some, go down to that red light district or something.
No. Magnum is like a Grey Goose bottle. It's like a big, like alcohol bottle.
Okay, all right.
So, anyways, what happened was, I get my friends. So I call my friends, so Montreal, like the party scene, there used to be a nightclub called La Folie. Okay. So La Folie, was in the east end of Montreal, like where it's like it's like a working class neighborhood, but that club was bumping, man. Like it's like my party, like my 19th was like my most memorable birthday, my 19th and my 20th. So my 19th, because every single person, not every, but like a majority of like my CJEP. So CJEP is like junior college in Quebec. It's kind of like yeah, junior college or community college, you can say. So like 80% of the CJEP came and they're like, yeah, we're here for Drew's party. And it's like, I didn't even know some of these people. I was like, oh, hey, what's up? Hey, happy birthday. And I'm pretty sure someone saw this and said, you know what, we're going to make an idea for Project X, because 2 years later, Project X comes out.
Oh shit. Shit. I think Iranian directed that. So
Yeah,
he
he
may have
did.
stolen your ideas. Might have been one of your cousins.
Who knows? Who knows? And
You
yeah,
should
so
sue.
who knows? Nah, I'm not going to sue. I got better things to do with my time than that. But it's a great movie, though.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
It's
I
just good
missed
for
a lot of
entertainment.
shit. I missed a lot of shit.
It's
That
okay.
must have been one of the years I was blacked out. There's been some black periods in my life.
That's okay. My 20th birthday was a blackout. I almost died that night.
That's how you do it. You know, these Americans have no idea. I mean, they have to do it illegally. But in Quebec, what do you have to be, like 14 to drink?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, like when I talk to Americans, like they say, "Bro, you gotta get turned up, man. You're missing out, dude. You're missing out, man." It's like, you know what? I had my first drink at like 12. Let's be honest. In
Yeah,
Quebec, you know
we've
what?
done it.
Quebecois people probably give their first beer to their kid like to taste at like 10, just to make them understand, and they get drunk probably at like 13, and then like at 18, they're like, "Hey, you know what? It's like we understand
They're over.
alcohol."
They're in AA by 18. They've already had a whole drinking career. By the time these American kids are getting into it, you've had like an illustrious career already. I
I was
used to
on a
go over the border. When
Yeah,
I grew up in Ottawa, we used to just go over the bridge and buy booze there. The guy wouldn't even ID us.
I don't care. It's a different society. I don't
I
care.
wasted money on a fake ID. This guy wouldn't even ID us. I wanted to be like, I have ID. Let me at least use this. I paid $20 for this thing. Let me fucking get some money out of it. Get my money's worth, you know?
The
They
best,
didn't
the
care.
best, the best was I'm on a cruise ship. Okay, so I'm on a cruise ship in 2013, and some of these Americans, like there's two kinds of horny. There's like sexual horny and there's liquor horny. And Americans are liquor horny. They want to drink.
Ah,
It's like they have like a
that's
hard
normal.
on, like a mental hard on, just to like drink. So the ones I'm with, they're like, bro, you gotta get turned up with us, man. We're gonna get turned up. And I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna have my one gin 7 for the night and I'm good. No, you're missing out, man. I'm like, I think I've probably done enough of this. You know what you're thinking? You know what? You're gonna miss out. And yeah, and I'm like, I think I'll be fine. I had my first drink. I remember when I told him I remember when I had my first beer at 15. And he was like,
That's fucking
whatever.
funny.
Next day, I wake up and I'm cool, cool as a cucumber because I learned from my lessons. I see the guy, hey man, oh man, I'm so fucking tired. Oh my god, it's like the hangover. Bro, just don't talk. He's like, oh man, just don't talk to me. I'm just gonna go sleep. I need Gatorade. I'm like, how do you? And I'm like, how do you feel? Like in purpose. I'm like, how do you feel? He's like, don't yell at me, man. It's like that's a hangover. Are you aroused for liquor now? Do you feel accomplished in what you have done yesterday with your life and how you missed out a whole day of an excursion with your family? I'm just trying to shame him. No. And he's like, no, it's like I feel terrible. I'm like, exactly. So that's why I don't drink, man. And by the way, how much did you run up the bar tab on the cruise? Because remember, if you go on a cruise ship, you pay for the alcohol and it's more expensive.
It's not included.
No, it's not included.
Well, what else is there to do on a cruise ship? You're stuck on a boat.
You're stuck on a
With
city.
animals. Yeah. What is there to do other than eat and booze it up?
They have arcades. I mean, some arcades are free on the
Oh,
cruise, but
okay.
some of the yeah, that's cool. Like I was playing Time Crisis 3 on my cruise.
I thought they would include booze. That seems like it should be a thing.
You know what, Reza? Things be really, really whack.
Where were you? Where was this cruise going?
It was going to it was going
Somalia?
yeah, Cozumel for like a day. Cozumel sucked.
What the hell is that?
Cozumel is a city in Mexico. It's like a little island. So
Oh, okay. You're going to Mexico. All right. And you survived. All right. That's good.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did. It wasn't bad. It was very quiet in Cozumel. We had some people from we had people from like many different states, and that's when I really understood like Americans like just when it's time to party, man, like they be wild and
Sure. They are. But I honestly like I the worst tourists. I mean, they make the list. I don't know who makes these lists and what the criteria is, but apparently the worst tourists are the British.
Why?
Well, I mean, they booze it up too much. They go to like Amsterdam, wreck havoc. You know, they're not known to come to a country. I mean, for like 1,000 years, whatever their history is, they're not known to come to a country and bring any positivity. You know what I mean? They're either taking some shit or breaking some shit. That's what they're. Before they would have the respect to take it instead of just breaking it. I mean, I made it. The least you could do is take it in one piece. Now they just come, break it, and leave.
It makes sense. And the worst two are the French
This is
because
my idea of history. This is my
okay.
idea of history. Yeah, they used to take some shit, and now they break some shit. All right, class. See you tomorrow at class.
You know who the other worst tourists are? France. They are the
Oh, yeah.
most arrogant because it's like, okay, and they're the worst. Like, there's a difference between Quebec French and France French. Okay,
Okay.
Quebec French are fucking awesome. Like they're not. Yeah, they want you to speak French if you come there because it's their province. It's whatever. I don't want to get political on that, but like they'll make if they see you're making an effort in French, they'll help you and they'll appreciate it. France French, they correct you for every little conjugation mistake you make. If it was masculine or feminine, they it's like I had when I took my French lessons to get into my current job, to get like a better job. I had two French teachers, a France French one and a Quebecois French teacher.
Really?
And who do you think I'm gonna like to go with more when I see that I have this teacher that day?
I never even met a French person from France, so I like. But you think they'd tone down the arrogance? Back to back World War losers. You think they could maybe appreciate a couple of things we did? You know,
Yeah, like listen, France, we
two
liberated you.
specifically, two things. Like there's another group of people that would have been speaking German right there.
Yeah, and they were this
You know,
close to it.
you're welcome. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Where's my thank you, France? Where's our
Yeah,
thank you?
I
So,
did
anyways,
nothing.
I'm at France. I'm in Charles de Gaulle Airport. So I'm like, hi. I'm like, hi. I'd like to get like a bagel and cream cheese and a coffee. Oh, je n'ai pas compris. Je n'ai pas parlé anglais. It's like what you said means like I don't understand and I don't speak English. I'm like, uh, you have Fox News on in English and you're in an airport. Where's breakfast?
Yeah, they speak like 7 languages. That girl is just giving you a problem. She got Fox News on. Now I believe her. She might not even speak English. She's got that shit on. I believe her now. Her brain's gone to fucking shit. She's got even Fox or CNN on. She's got no brain left.
Oh my god, it was wild. And then like I had to speak French. So then she's like, your French is good. Where are you from? Like I'm from Quebec, and she just walks away. It's like France people don't like Quebecois people. Like
Why is
it's
that?
because they feel Quebecois took their French and like and like
Really?
messed it all up.
Okay. Now, what is the reasoning behind that? Is it the accent, or did you guys
It's
just take some words and have your own slang or something?
yeah, that too.
Pronunciation? Really? All right.
They don't like that.
So can you tell? You could tell someone's from Quebec. I mean, this might be a stupid question, but can you tell if someone's from Quebec or France?
Yeah, I can tell. I have a way of telling. It doesn't work
Is
all the
it
time. It's like a 50%
okay?
on a five on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
5 on 10 it works because there's like the Quebecois, there's like the Quebec people like who live in more in the rural side, so they're gonna really talk like very like to their own slang and all that. Then you have the French people who are more urban. They speak more like formal and whatnot. But
Okay.
when it's France French, it's a very distinct accent in terms of like it's very clear. It is extremely clear. The words are pronounced extremely properly, and it's like okay, it's like this is from France. Like I could tell.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get their beef. You guys are speaking it. Shouldn't you guys all reunite? You guys have some cheese or wine, or I don't know what you guys do. Have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. You just gotta live life, man. You just gotta live life. What's it like? What's the difference between Albertans and BC? Because like I always feel there's like a big difference between Alberta and BC people.
I'd say Alberta's way more conservative. BC's actually really weird. They're conservative with certain shit. With certain things, it's real weird. They're hybrid, hippie, and redneck. Like they'll have guns, but they're totally for weed and like they recycle. They love climate change is real and all that, but they love the guns. You know what I mean? It's not the stereotypical gun wielding truck driving. Like there'll be a guy in a truck with a shotgun drive up to a yoga studio. It's real weird. You know what I mean? They got a little bit of both. So far. I mean, I've been here fucking 3-4 months now, but so far, I think this is the best spot in Canada, in my opinion. The weather definitely is the best.
Are
That
you in?
is pretty much undeniable.
Are you in Kelowna, Vancouver, North Vancouver, West Vancouver,
I
Coquitlam?
I'm one of those people. Listen, before the pandemic, I was losing it. I was in Toronto for a bit. I was like, we got to get the fuck out of the city. I can't do this no more. I'm done with traffic. I lived in LA. I was done with traffic then. Toronto, the worst. And I am like, we got to get the fuck out of here. So I moved to a fucking small town. I'm like 2 hours from Vancouver. I'm up in the mountains. I'm like fucking Ted Kaczynski. You can't. I'm not found. This is satellite internet. This is that shit Bin Laden had in the fucking cave. This is what I had to do. I paid $299 a month, $299 a month just to have it. No, I'm kidding. I just got to tell us. But yeah, man, I had to get out. I moved to a small town that's nice and quiet. Nobody bothers you. COVID's not really a thing here. It's not really.
Is it
No
so?
one's
It's
really.
so like spread
People
out,
will
BC.
mask up. That's it. People will mask up, but shit's open. You could do whatever you want. There's places to go. There's things. That's it.
Yeah, it seems like
That's it.
it really seems that BC did it right in the pandemic.
My thing froze for a sec.
Yeah, mine
Just
too.
when I was talking about the internet, I think they heard me. They fucking heard me.
Watching
It slowed the
us.
connection. I
It's like
said the B word and they fucking cut the connection. Happening. We're just talking about fights. Chocolate on their face. No, we're not trying to do no coup.
we're not the capital. We're not the Capitol Hill rioters. Okay, we have better things to do with our time than like, yo. How funny was? Okay, everyone's like, don't laugh about that. But how crazy was it that it's like when that happened? Like I'm at my job and like I get a message from my colleagues. Yo, turn on the news. Did you see what's going on in DC? It's going down.
You know, our people had that fucking embassy surrounded in 6 minutes. We had no tools, nothing. These guys had zip ties. They were armed. One guy had a fucking horn and a spear. They had supplies, and they couldn't take over that capital. No balls. Can you imagine us? If we fucking, our people rushed that right, you know what I mean? One senator thought it was Iranians. I was like, it's not Iranians because we would have taken that shit over in 6 fucking minutes. You
Like in
wouldn't be speaking right now if it
1979.
was us. I know it's not us. Yeah, but you wouldn't be speaking. So when I was hiding in my office, I thought it was the Iranians. Shut up. Shut up. This First of all, we used to do that shit. Now we're doing some other shit. We'll hack your banking system, your electric grid. That's the kind of shit they're doing right now. No one's getting a spear. That's for those dorks. They're in their basement. Who the fuck owns a spear? Who the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's
What kind of self-respecting man owns a fucking horn, a Viking horn, and a fucking looking like an extra on Game of Thrones?
he's like, hey, we're crashing the White House. Hey, we're here. I'm gonna take a photo. I'm in front of. You know what the best was? That journalist. I'm in front of Nancy Pelosi's laptop. I'm like, bro, you just implicated yourself in the worst way possible. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Was it the guy who put his feet on her desk?
Yeah,
That guy was funny.
I left
He
her a
was a working
very,
man.
I left her a
He was
very
one of those.
nasty email.
Yeah. What do? He left her a little note. What do you do? Change your calendar? Haha, I got you now, bitch. They did nothing. All that shit for nothing. And they had supplies.
Yeah,
No balls. No balls.
nothing.
Those people should be embarrassed. They didn't take advantage of the opportunity. I would have respected it if they did do a coup. At least do something. You got nothing. Now they're all going to jail.
Yeah, they fucked up. They fucked up. They fucked up, Ali. They didn't plan it out like the Iranians. They should have consulted with like an Iranian who's defected to the U.S. and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
tell me how Savak used to do this shit, or what did you guys do in 1979?" I guarantee it would have been more successful.
Maybe get Gary Vee on that. Gary Vee should have been out there giving a motivational speech. All right, guys, you guys got to put your hands together. We're going to take over. You just have to imagine it in your face. Just picture it in your mind. You got to make moves, man. I got D's in school. Look at me. I'm here. I don't know. Is that an impression of him? Does that work?
Sort of. It's like, he's like, go all in. You only have one life. Go all in. Are you going to do it now or never? Are you going to wait till tomorrow?
All in. Take the capital.
Yeah. Take the capital.
Go all in. All of you in the capital. Take it.
And then they're like, they get arrested.
They needed. They were missing Gary Vee.
They needed a cult leader.
That's it. That's it right there. They didn't have a leader. They didn't have the leader. That guy with the horns, he's no leader. Didn't you see his mother was out there? Another guy with a vowel in his last name and his mother. He had his mother come to the courthouse saying, oh, he needs to be on a special diet of organic foods. You can't be a coup leader and have your mother come and talk to the police about your diet because you're in prison. You can't run a successful coup if your mother's out there. I'm just telling you from experience. We've been here. We've seen it.
We know what's up. They are. Iranians and Russians know how to get shit done.
Oh, Russians. That's another level. I have a lot of respect for those people. They get shit done. I've never seen a Russian guy complain. I've never seen a guy complain. Not even like nothing. I've never seen a Russian guy complain. Never say, oh, it's cold. A cab is late. Nothing. If the cab is late, he starts walking. Doesn't say shit. Starts walking.
Yeah.
No complaints. Those are great people. I have major respect for those people.
We got to learn. We got to learn. We got to teach this generation of kids how to be like them. Entitled, complaining. Oh my God, like the iPad. They can't live without a fucking iPad. You know what I had? You know what we had? We had Game Boy Color. That was a luxury. Okay. A Game Boy Color was a luxury. Game Boy Advance. Remember that?
I didn't even have that shit. That was cool. You had that shit? That's nice.
Yeah, I had a Game Boy Color, but my stepbrother took it from me to play Pokemon, and he always used to beat it because I didn't know how to play that game until like a year later.
Oh yeah, older brother?
Yeah, older stepbrother.
Oh, okay. You learned from him?
Yeah. I used to call when I used to play Pokemon, so we used to call, like, if you remember Gary, he was the rival of Ash, if like you remember, so I used to call him so when I used to learn how to swear, because you know what's funny, same with swearing too. Now we're swearing. I don't you love it when parents don't swear as a kid, and every time you hear the word fuck, you get you get this anxiety. It's like, oh my God, I heard the F word, and then you say it and you feel like a badass.
That's funny. My dad used to say, I learned all the words from him. I was 2 years old. I knew all the words. It's terrible. He's a bad kid. Just going around doctor's office swearing at the doctor's mother. Bad look. I mean, they would laugh because when you're 2, it's funny. Can't do it when you're a teenager, then they kick you out. But when you're 2 years old, it's cute and funny. They laugh.
Really, it really is. I learned how to swear at 6 years old. I mean, so people ask me, when was the first time you said the F word? Here's what happened. It was 1996. I can remember a lot of shit, but I can't remember important details to certain things. It's really weird. I have one of those memories that just works in its own way. So it's
1996. That's very specific.
Yeah, because I'll never. It's like your first beer. You never forget where you had your first beer. It's like where you had your first kiss, or where who you did your business with.
Both at the same time. The same time.
Okay. So 1996, I'm in the car with my dad. Someone cuts him off, and then almost kind of clipped his car light, his front light. His front flasher got clipped, I think. So I just hear him go, fucking woman. But I thought he meant Dunkin' Donuts because I wanted donuts that day. So one day I went to my babysitter at the time at 5 years old. And I'm like, hey, Jessica. She's like, what? I'm like, fuck. And I got sent to my room after for like an hour, and then like I got lectured of why I shouldn't say that word.
The babysitter sent you to your room.
Yeah.
Did she beat you or anything? You get
Nah, she
smacked
locked
down?
me in. She locked me in my room for like an hour.
She locked you in.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
child
nice.
abuse.
Yeah, these days she'd get, she'd get in trouble for that. Can't
I
lie.
would sue her.
Oh, it should be. Oh my God, she'd be on a trending topic on fucking what is it? Parlor. Why do I keep calling it Parlor? What's the other one?
Twitter.
The one with all the rich people, with all the tech guys. What's the one with the tech people coming in telling you to behave? The new one.
Clubhouse.
There you go. That's it. Are you on that?
Yeah.
You got invited? Someone invited you on?
Yeah, but I only go on for like mixed martial arts news. Those are the only rooms I'm in.
Oh, okay. I had for some reason I had this image in my head that it's just all tech people. I didn't know there's martial arts people on there too.
Bro, there's a group called like NY Girls Roast Tech Guys, and like they bring these tech nerds on just to like try to like get them to talk to women,
Yeah.
and it's like it's kind of like to shame them in a sense, but it's so fucking funny because it's like these guys like have no game whatsoever, but some of them do, and it's just like a room of like 300 people in this conversation, and it's like they're just on the spot, like they put these guys on. It's like these tech guys. It's like it's hilarious.
What's the purpose? Just to get them to talk to a woman?
And more or less, I mean, yeah, get to know them. You know, they can't talk about their tech or their pitch their business ideas just to like say why they date this girl in this group here. It's like that kind of shit. Like I think you end up in rooms. You just walk into rooms. Like I'm pretty sure if this, I'm gonna end up in some random room about MMA or I have this like one guy, like his name. Shout out to my friend Seth, who's like he's like a big guy with like electric cars. I'll probably end up in his room, and yeah.
I don't get the purpose. Like, so they get the tech guys. All right, is this some sort of scam? What scam are these women running? They're trying to take these guys for their app. What's happening here? I've seen this movie. They're trying to
Probably.
hustle, aren't they trying? I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. What are they in there for? There's something in it for them.
Yeah, it's really
What are
weird.
these, like Instagram models and shit?
No, they're basic girls, bro. Like they're like college
Oh,
girls, or like they're not these influencing models,
just
man. Yeah,
regular civilians. They
regular,
find-
regular everyday Janes.
Oh, okay, that's good. Is Michael Franchese on that fucking
I wish he was.
Clubhouse?
I'd love to
You
talk
got
to
them
him.
ratting on people for 20
Nah,
years. Take his rat into Clubhouse now, invite only.
I
Ratting.
I like Michael. He's a good mob. He's a cool mobster. He's a cool former mobster.
We shouldn't know. Like you can't be a mobster and be known. I respect the ones that were just quiet. They wear the little suit, a little espresso cup. Those are the ones I respect. No, I read all the books. Behind me is all the books. I don't know.
Nice.
You can't have a podcast. You can't be a mob guy and have a podcast. Come on. It's getting
That's
a little
just
ridiculous. Everybody has a fucking podcast. Even rats.
the
He's
best
gonna
is like
fucking kill me. Watch him. He's gonna come back. They'll forgive him for all the ratting he did because he killed fucking second-rate podcast host. He just kills them. That's his way back in. He gets made again. Starts drawing the blood.
this podcast hosts in Canada are talking shit about me. I gotta.
Yeah, we'll let you in if you kill this guy that's talking shit about people with chocolate on their faces.
Oh, wearing nothing but gains under.
Nothing but gains. Unbelievable. Unreal. No, we're in trouble. Not good.
Well, no,
I'm
when
voting. I'm voting.
your vote.
I've never voted. I never voted before, but I will vote this time. I'm gonna vote for the candidate that's gonna fix the situation. Get the chocolate off of people's faces.
So vote for Mike the situation.
I will vote for him if he gets if he's got a paper towel or something, wipe the chocolate off these people's faces. I will vote for the situation. I got no biases. I'll vote for him. No problem.
This is when you know the pandemic's getting real. This is when you know this like the fear in people is getting a bit ridiculous. I'm walking on the sidewalk, and this woman, can you keep your distance? Like
On the
the way you
sidewalk.
put your foot in that direction, it's kind of coming towards me. It's like
Mm,
I'm outside.
don't go outside.
Don't go
What is
outside. Stay inside. I don't know. Go on your
the
stay
outside
inside.
world's not for her. She should
No,
stay
she's weak.
in with her fucking sweaters.
Karen. She was a Karen. Can you
She
believe like
did.
how
She was screaming at you.
she was giving me that like Karen tone.
Okay. All right. Did you
You
slap
are
her?
what?
Nothing.
Did I snap at her? No, I didn't snap at her. I was just like I just kind of like looked at her like I was a real idiot, and she walked away disgruntled.
She probably went to the bank right after that. Catch one of those curb checks. Go back home, get on the internet, try to overthrow the government with memes. That's what they're doing. They got nothing to do. We got to get people back to work. That's the theme of this podcast. Get people back to work.
That should be the name of this episode. Get people back to work.
Get the fuck back to work. Wipe the chocolate off your face. Wear an appropriate sweater. You know, like something you got on right now. That's a gentleman. You dress like a gentleman.
I love how Americans, we have to take this back to Americans. So I'm on a cruise ship and Americans are like, that is such a nice shirt you have. Where did you buy it? Simon's. Wow. Is that a design? Is that Gucci? Simon's. What's
Hey, have you seen?
Simon's? It's like, is that
Have you
like
seen
a,
the?
oh my God, Simon's is like I got this sweater at Simon's, but yo, you know what I hate about Simon's? It's so goddamn big. You get lost in there. So one day I'm like, I go to Carrefour Laval. It's like this big ass shopping mall in Quebec, like outside of Montreal. It's off island because I don't want to go downtown because parking's a nightmare. So I go to Simon's. Hey, I'm like, I like to get a black sweater. Yeah, they're over. They're just go point. What? Can you tell me where the sweater is? It's over there. Can you guide me to it? Because I'm not good with directions. No, it's just over there. Okay, how about you just bring me to it? Because I'm fucking stupid with directions because I can't process left from right sometimes. So you're going to have to tell me where it is. So they were not happy with me.
How big is this fucking store?
It's
You have to get
huge.
directions. It's like fucking Home Depot. It sounds like.
The Home Depot of clothing.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, did you get your sweater?
Yeah, this is the sweater, man. 30,
That's
30.
it.
That's
Oh,
it.
it's working for you. It's working for you.
Yeah.
Fits
I'm
you
like,
right.
well, I have to kind of lose weight. I'm not gaining weight like nothing but gains under here, dude. But I weigh like around like I weigh like a light heavyweight, so I'll say around like 205 right now.
Oh, you're 205. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
How tall are you?
5'11".
Oh shit. All right. That's good weight. You're fucking ready to kick ass.
I'm more comfortable at 185. Like when I'm 185 or 180 to 188, that's when I'm feeling
Okay.
really good. Yeah.
Shit, I gotta get on. I gotta eat. I gotta start eating something. I'm like 5'10", 155. I got trouble with wind. It's not working. It's not working with me.
The- My
What do you?
addiction is cheese bread.
Cheese bread?
Yeah.
Is that like a Quebec thing? What kind of
Well,
cheese bread?
it's like the garlic sticks from Domino's, but you know
Oh,
pizza
okay.
pizza, like the
Oh, okay.
half
I
moon
thought it
cheese
was like
bread.
I don't know. French people do some fancy stuff with cheese. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I'm just a humble guy over here eating fucking regular pita bread with olive oil.
How basic are people out in BC with their food choices?
I don't know. We don't have the. I like I told you, it's a small town. There's 2 Chinese restaurants. That's the only place. The only trust the Chinese people here with food. The other restaurants crap. Not good. Like I told you, there's 2,000 people here. I live in a town of 2,000 people.
I find there's a difference in tonality between Albertans and BC people.
You think so?
Yeah.
What do you think's the difference?
BC is more laid back. They got the mountains, they got the ocean. It doesn't snow. Alberta's kind of like Quebec. The prairie people are very hardened people, and then you have random Saskatchewan, and no one get. It's like I love how Saskatchewan is kind of like that province. They're kind of like that province, or like that kid that wants to get attention, and they're like, "Good job, Timmy. You got a participation trophy. Okay, fuck off now. We don't care."
I drove through. I drove all the way here from Toronto. Yeah, I saw the pretty much. I mean, not the whole country, but a good chunk of it. And yeah, Saskatchewan's fucking flat. There's nothing going on. Alberta was actually nice. Very surprised. I would compare Alberta more to Texas.
Yeah.
They kind of want to do their own thing. They don't want to be bothered. They don't really bother anybody. They sell booze at Costco. I think it's the only place in Canada that sells booze at their Costco. But yeah, I would say like BC's like California, minus the Me Tooing, and then Alberta's like Texas. They got oil. They got like the guns. People walk around the store with cowboy hats. They're not even cowboy, they're ranchers.
That's
Guy
it.
sells insurance. Guy sells insurance wearing a fucking cowboy hat.
Yeah, but that's a good sales. That's a good sales tactic. He's dressed up appropriately. He's dressed up professionally, and he's like, "Good day, ma'am and sir. Would you like to buy some insurance?" Or no, in the Canadian accent, "Hey, would you like to buy some insurance?"
You don't need to. You have a Canadian accent. You don't need to do an
I
impression.
know.
You are
Albert.
Canadian.
I know. I know. Like Americans, they
Nah,
get.
who else sound the same?
Yeah,
I
we
can't
do.
tell the fucking difference, honestly. I don't. I feel like the only place in Canada that has a distinct accent is Newfoundland. That's
Yeah,
everybody else sounds the fucking same. Everybody, I can't tell. It's not like the Texas sounds like this and Oregon sounds like that. The gap isn't that much until you go to Newfoundland. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there. Probably the drinking. I'm just saying. A lot of cousins having kids. That's my explanation. But that's the only place with
and they're like, "Oh,
everybody else speaks regular. I mean, other than Quebec, but that's a different language.
yeah." They're so out of tune with the rest of Canada. They're like it's like they call their premier. So like you call Premier Ford.
Yeah.
So we call our premier le premier ministre, which is French for like prime minister. It's like, but we're
Oh,
not
good.
even a country. We're a province.
Well, they want to be a country though, or
Yeah,
at least want to have the benefits, none of the downsides though. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like if the Americans came and invaded, Quebec would be at Ontario's door. Like, can you help us? You know, they're not going to be like, oh, we want to be sovereign now
Yeah,
until
no,
they find some oil there. Yeah,
it, it,
so you don't want to separate then. Not
that's
gonna
the
happen.
thing. It's the thing. It's like the Americans like you got oil. It's like hey yo, you got oil. Keep it going. Yo, it's like you got some oil in here, or it's like hey, you got some.
Was that your Biden? Was that your Biden?
Yeah, more
Hey
or
yo,
less.
hey yo, you. That's fucking funny. Hey yo, you got some oil? We're coming.
Hey, you got some oil up here? It's like, or no, it's like if they're from like one of like the Bible Belt, if they're from like one of like the Midwest, they're like, you got some oil up there? Got some
Yeah,
oil? We'll take it from y'all. Don't
yeah,
mess
they
with the
got their
mid.
own.
Don't mess with the Midwest. Fuck California, that liberal stronghold. Like, oh my god, like it's so crazy,
I
like
don't
how
get it. I don't get
it's
it. I don't get the hate for California. I really don't get it. It's a beautiful place. It's just the suits, but that's everywhere.
yeah,
It's this the suits, the politicians, the businesses that it's them, but the actual state, there's no problem with it.
just the
You know,
traffic. People like
a
you
lot
think
of
my
hate on it. I think it's since Rogan moved and started talking shit. Everybody kind of jumped on that bandwagon of
yeah.
California. I mean, they've been shitting on California for years, but it's become even more extreme now. You know,
People are just
they're like, "Oh, I'm
leaving.
gonna leave." The funniest shit is like, "I'm gonna leave California because I want some freedom." Acting like fucking California is the Islamic Republic or some shit. Keep it down. All right, your taxes are high. All right, you're acting like there's Sharia law there. Calm down. Everybody's fucking overreacting. Like they're gonna fucking take away your rights. Get it on. You're fucking
It's
over it on.
it's just getting annoying, yeah. Like, and then like the problem is, then they go to these other states, and it's like they're fucking invading our home state. And they're gonna vote their fucking politics that they had, and I understand how Texans feel because they're like, oh shit, it's like stampede's coming.
Okay. Like what the other side, the politicians on the other side, they're all the same.
They're all full
But
of
the other
shit.
side cares about you. You think one side cares about you, the other side doesn't? No, nobody cares about you. Okay, you're on your own.
It's a
You're on your
dog
own.
eat dog world out there. It's a
You're on your
dog.
fucking own.
It's a
Uncle
dog.
June isn't gonna help you out. You know, I don't know. You got a gun? Good. You're on
Use
your own.
it.
Use yeah. Have some balls. Use it. Don't blame the. I mean, they ran out of power. What kind of embarrassment is that? First world country. Dick below zero. You know how funny was it as a Canadian laughing at that shit? They're like, this is fucking weather in May. I'm out in shorts. You guys lost your fucking power. Is that all it takes? I guarantee you, all the enemies of you, the United States, maybe our country included, they're like, wait, why are we funneling money to Hezbollah? Let's just bring winter. That's all it took. Just run their fucking power grid. That's all we need. A couple ice boxes, and they're done. They were freaking out, flooding homes, people freezing.
It's like the best was. It's like I saw people. to help understand the situation in Texas, donate to. Okay, so when Canada has a snowstorm, how come we don't get donations or an ice storm? Remember the ice storm? Oh no, you weren't here in the country for that. We had an
Oh,
ice
I
storm.
was. Ice Storm 98. I was here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I was here. We didn't have power for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was
Had
traveling.
candles
I
and
was
stuff.
going from my mom. I went to my mom's, then my dad's, then my grandmother's, then my other grandparents, then back to my dad's. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was a crazy time. I remember everybody just had candlelight and people were grilling outside even though it was freezing. They had the charcoal on, cooking on charcoal. It's kind of fun.
I
But you're a
remember.
kid. You're a
I
kid.
re-
You got no responsibility.
I remember that because I remember I was supposed to go to school that day. I was in kindergarten, and my mom's like, "Yeah, you're not going to school today." I'm like, "Why is that?" Look outside, and I was like, I see like a massive tree just like fall down with ice. It's like you see like, and then we lost the power, and I'm like, in my 6-year-old head, well, shit.
You knew you were in trouble. Even at
I knew,
6 years old, you knew we were fucked.
I didn't know what to do, man. Like I had toys back then. I mean, like I like playing with my toys, but I mean, I want to watch TV, man. Like my cartoons growing up. YTV used to have the best cartoons. Like I do need to be
Yeah.
honest about that. Like do you remember? Okay, do you do you remember? Do you remember? Like it was in the 90s. Okay, it was like after every like show that was finished, there'd be like this like little like animated short where like it would be like they take like the early 3D and they make like some little short of it until the next show starts, and you're like, okay, this is really trippy, but it's really cool. I don't know what I'm watching, but I like it.
Yeah, that was the best channel. I learned English watching that shit and shit like Fresh Prince. And then for some reason the Sopranos got in the middle of it.
That's why you like mobster stuff so
That's
much.
how I learned it. I mean, yeah, but not rats. Not rats. No respect for that.
Yeah.
Respect.
YTV was good, man. But then you had like the most annoying show would be like the hit list with like music. It's like, fuck, I don't want to watch. I don't want to hear Aaron Carter sing or the Backstreet Boys sing for 5 times in a row. Like they started number 20. Okay, and our number 1 song of the day is Aaron Carter. And it's like, I
He
want to
had a number one
watch.
song?
What?
He had a number one song?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the 90s were like the Backstreet Boys and Aaron Carter came up. Like that was,
Right.
it was pre-internet, man. Pre-internet.
It was pre-internet. Oh, I guess we didn't have internet. I was like in the 8th grade or 9th grade by the time we got internet.
I
Wasn't
mean,
part of that.
I remember when pagers were considered the best thing to have. Oh, I got a pager. I got to call this person. Oh, shit, I got a pager. It's like,
You had a pager?
no, I had a cell phone. My first cell phone was at 12 years old. It was a Motorola flip phone.
Oh shit! You got a phone at 12?
Yeah, but I destroyed it.
Damn! What'd you do?
I put my knee on it.
How heavy is your knee, man?
I just put all my power in. I was a heavy kid at 13 years old.
Damn, you were a fucking Q cushion master. You broke your fucking phone at 12.
Well, I was a unit. Like my doctor was like, yeah, he's like 20 pounds overweight at like 13. Like I could have been on Dr. fucking Phil. Like this child is like this. Dr. Phil's like the one other. That's another person that like I never understood. My grandmother loved him. My grandmother like, you should watch him. She's like, you should watch him. He's very good. And Dr. Phil says like the dumbest. Like I can't even say it's dumb. It's like
to talk to your family. I'm addicted to meth. What are you talking about? Have you tried talking to your uncle? I have diabetes. I'm about to lose a foot. Why? I don't even have an uncle. What are you saying? Are you even a doctor? He's not even a doctor. He's a psychiatrist. Is he a psychiatrist or a psychologist?
I don't know.
Someone that reads will correct me. But he's not like a medical doctor. Like he's one of the, whatever the one is, it's psychiatrist and psychologist. One of those people can write you meds. He's not that one. He's the one that can't write you meds. So if you got problems and you need some opiates and shit, even better stuff, he can't even help you out. He can't even help you. He just goes on TV and tells you to go talk to your family.
You know, the best is like he's like the frog is different from the dog.
What is that? He does say shit like that.
Yeah, it's different species.
I'm like, am I high? What the fuck is this guy saying? This goddamn mustache.
If you ever want to understand what it's like, I've never done acid, but if I ever could think of a way of, if I could ever think,
Yeah.
if I could ever think of what it's like to be on an acid trip, it's probably listening to Dr. Phil talk.
Yeah. 100%. Dr. Phil. He was like Gary V before Gary V. You know what I mean? He's like the original Gary V. Or Tim Robbins. Was it Tim Robbins? Tony? Tony
Tony Robbins.
Robbins?
There's too many of these gurus, man. I can't keep
All
up
right.
anymore.
I think Tim Robbins is the guy from fucking Shawshank. I'm getting all mixed up. I
I
don't
know
listen to me. I don't read.
it's okay.
Disregard everything I said the last hour.
Yeah, it's same with me. So it's like this is just two second tier podcasts just trying to have some fun.
Second tier. I'll take second tier. That's a
Yeah.
compliment to me.
Someone's like, you got to think of your podcast as a first tier podcast. It's like, I said, you know what? It's like I got a full time job. It's like I got other stuff in my life. You know, this is just a hobby to like shoot shits with my friends. Like I had one person that said you should really stop swearing on your show because someone's gonna tell you.
Fuck yourself. Fuck off.
Yeah,
This is what the execs at NBC used to say. It's not, those days are over. What are we talking about here?
can't like
daytime show. Don't listen.
everyone. It's like everyone gets so offended. Like you know the comedian Lewis Black.
Yeah.
Okay, he's one of my favorite comedians. He was like,
Yes.
they said, Lewis, can you come give do a comedy set at the White House? But we've seen some of your stuff. Don't swear. And he's like, okay. He's like, so what do you want me to say? Like, you want me to say like, so if someone's like lost their job, I'm paraphrasing Lewis Black here. He's like, if someone's like lost their job, are they gonna go, oh, sassy frat, I lost my job? Or are they gonna go, motherfucker, I lost my fucking goddamn job. What the fuck?
Again, with the unsung, these people, you know, if the roles were reversed, there'd be a New York Times article about it. But that's the state we're in. It's the state we're in, Drew. We're in trouble.
What's down is up and up is down.
That's why I am applying for my gun license. I am ready.
I might apply for mine too.
Everybody here is armed. It's hilarious. There's like old ladies. They're like, oh yeah, I just bought a Glock and a shotgun. I was like, oh shit. She's like 83 years old. She's making cookies with one hand, fucking reloading with the other hand. It's great. Great country.
She goddamn Linda Hamilton from Terminator 2 or something at 83.
She's doing it. She's fucking doing it. That's what the country's all about. We need that generation. It's either that or the chocolate face guy. Which one do you want on your side? Which one do you want on your side? If you're in some kind of a dark alley with some trouble. Or
if what if the Russians invade? You know what? I'd rather choose Texas.
Yeah, we're done. White flag. We got no shot. Not now. Not with this shit. Unless we get those people in Dagestan on our side. You know? Funnel something on them, get them on our side, and then maybe we have a chance. But
you mean Chechnya?
Not in this state.
Chechnya?
Dagestan, where all those guys are from. Yeah,
we
need them.
Like Dagestan, like the MMA guys, or the ones that were at war with Russia?
All of them. The whole area. We need them on our side. That's the only way we'd have a shot. Or else we're losing. I'm just saying we'd lose. If it was a 7-game series, I'm not that's the sport I watch, basketball, football, shit like that. If it was a 7-game series or it was the wild card game, I think we'd lose. Just saying.
It's like the game on the line, to make the playoffs. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we'd have a shot.
What do we got? An hour and a half?
Yeah.
How long do you usually do?
An hour and a half.
Oh shit! That fucking flew by, man. You're fucking funny. Laugh. You're good. You're a good fucking crowd. Come to the clubs here. Come to fucking Kelowna. Come to these alt rooms. The first 3 guys will go up and talk about climate change and like women's rights. That's not funny. But then wait for the last 2-3 guys, and they'll say some crazy shit. Start talking about QAnon and stuff. It gets funny at the end. Come on, you're a good crowd.
I'll just fuck shit up with like Quebec stuff. Be like, yo, you guys, be like, it's all fuck it. I'll be like, take the microphone back. This is all child's play here. You guys are child's play. I'm gonna tell you some of the shit we do in Quebec because we be wild into like levels you don't even understand.
You trying to scare them or what is going on?
I'm trying to educate. I'm trying to bring minds together, and it might not make sense, but you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do, man.
Go up there and give them fucking advice like Dr. Phil. Tell them to talk to their family and shit.
You
Solve all
need
the
to get
problems,
off
dog.
this QAnon Facebook group. You got to talk to your mom. She misses you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? What's good
Uh,
for the dog is not good for the frog. Do you understand? That's what QAnon's, that's what.
that seems like some shit he'd say. He would say some shit about a dog and a frog. Oh, what the fuck is this guy
You
saying?
are a grown man on the internet and you're engaging about the flat earth. Do you need some, do you have friends? Is this why you do this?
Oh man, that's just funny. It's fucking funny.
I guess we'll
Maybe
have
if
to.
it's on here.
Yeah, I'm still here. I guess we'll Ali man, I gotta thank you for coming on. This was
Dude, you're fucking great, man. I like what you do. I respect what you do. You're a fucking interesting guy. Half Iranian. Uh, Quebec man right there. Quebec, Russian. You're all fucking mixed up. You're all mixed up. You're doing it. You post some videos of you fighting. I like watching the fight videos. I don't know shit about it. You know, I'm not one to understand the tactics and the point system and shit, but it's fucking entertaining. I follow our friend Sam. A great respect for you guys. Great
thank you.
respect for the fight community. They're all gentlemen. Honestly, they're all gentlemen. Like there's no there's no insecurity. You know, no one who's gonna act nicer than a guy that knows he can kick your ass. You know what I mean? He's not gonna get arrogant on you. You're good people, and I see you guys all support each other. It's kind of like comics. Kind of like comics. Fighters support each other,
Yeah.
especially those up and comers or amateurs or people just going to the dojo trying to stay fit and just doing it out of love. You guys all support each other, so I got a lot of respect for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Where can people connect with you if they ever want to like listen to your show or like?
Go on my website, go on my Instagram. My Instagram's Ali on the Street, Ali on the Street. The podcast is called On the Street. It's everywhere. I got it on Spotify, Google Podcasts. Al Jazeera just picked it up. It's everywhere. You got to watch it. They got it. They got it. It's
Uh,
everywhere. Just listen to it. It's mostly me yelling about women and banks. You know, it's pretty much it. You want to hear someone's mental decline? Tune in. 30 minutes of me just losing my mind about people with chocolate on their face and sidelined reporters talking to coaches for no reason, not shutting the fuck up, shit like that. Complain about people. That's pretty much it.
awesome, man. Well, I have to thank you, Savvy, for recommending Ali. Because Ali, you know, we're gonna talk off the record. We got some Black Ops shit that's gonna be going down soon. So
Oh shit. All right. Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, thanks for having me, man. This fucking fun. This was fun. We did like an hour and a half. It fucking flew by.
I know we got to do
Flew
this
by.
again. Like I'll have you. I'm gonna have repeat guests on. You're one of them. Like it's you, my two friends,
Oh,
Luca
thanks,
and
man.
Romolo.
Thanks,
And
man. I like making a laugh at the beginning. That was the best part. That was the most fun part. I just like making you laugh. You got a nice laugh.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Like,
All right. Have a good one.